Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to the temple. We begin our service as we sing together, Hinei Matov Umanaim. How beautiful it is to be here together celebrating Shabbat.
Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad. Hinei Matov, Hinei Matov, Ya la 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 la. Hinei Matov, Hinei Matov, Ya la 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 la. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Ya la 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 la. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad. Hinei Matov Umanaim, Shevet Amim Gam Yachad.
And we turn to page 172 to sing together Matovu. We turn now to page 195 and rise for the Berlow. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, יוצר אור ובורא חושך, עושה שלום ובורא את הכל, המאיר לארץ ולדרים עליה ברחמים, ובטובו מחדש בכל יום תמיד מעשה וראשית. מה רבו מעשיך אדוני, כולם בחוכמה עשית, מלאה הארץ קנייניך. תתברך אדוני אלוהינו, על שבח מעשי ידיך, ועל מאורי אור שעשית, יפארו חסלה. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני, יוצר המאורות. We read together. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch ata Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. We turn to page 200 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruchim Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise.
And we turn now to page 204, to sing together the same song our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds. Rise for the tefillah on page 205. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufia ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Source of all being, we turn to you as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts, they sought you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to see the wonder of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring nearer the world we envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace. Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. And we read together, you are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They filled me with wonder. Sit with me, eternal teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch Ata Adonai, Mechaye Hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, hu Yashminu, birachamav li'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohim, yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohayich Zion, lidor vador. Hallelujah. Lidor vador naki kodlecha, uletzot netzakim k'dushacha nakdish, v'shivchacha Eloheinu mipenu lo yamush, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated.
V'shamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam brit olam. Beni uven bnei Yisrael, oti le'olam. Beni uven bnei Yisrael, oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, hayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash.
And we turn now to page 216 for the blessing for shalom, for peace and wellness and wholeness. O God, may we never become complacent, faltering in our effort to build a world of peace. Let the nations know and understand that justice and right are better than dominion and conquest. May all come to see that it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that life prevails. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael bashalom.
Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom,
The Misha Berach, the prayer for courage and strength and healing in our lives, is on page 253. Turn now to page 244 for Seder Kriyat Torah, the order of reading from the Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, Adonai is great, holy is God's name.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo Lecha Adonai Hagidula, V'Hagivura, V'Hatifirit, V'Hanitzach, V'Hahod. Ki kol bashamayim uvaret, Ki kol bashamayim uvaret. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, V'yamid nasi l'kol lirosh.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to read the blessings before and after the reading from the Torah from page 250. Our Torah portion today is Shalach Lecha. It's the story of the scouts that Moses, on the order of Adonai our God, is sending to the land of Canaan, known as the land of Israel, to scout the land. We're going to read a small portion of the Torah portion. We're going to read from chapter 13, verse 26, until the end of chapter 13. It's actually the part where everything goes astray, where the people are bringing what is later on known as bad reports on the land of Israel. Or in the words of Moses and Joshua and Caleb, they are slandering the land of Israel, which is going to cause a huge punishment to those people. They're going to wander the desert for 40 years aimlessly, and they're all going to die in the desert. A horrible punishment. First, God wants to kill them all, but then God settles on something that you might consider even as a worse punishment. They're going to wander for 40 years, knowing that they're not going to enter the land. Only their children are going to enter the land, and they're all going to die in the desert. We'll look at the moment where it goes wrong and ask ourselves, why is it going wrong? And I'm promising you a really neat midrash that Rashi brings to the table, trying to explain how we need to view power and powerless, being powerful and being without power, and what is really important about a people and a society. But first, let's say the blessing on page 250.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach,
Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
אמן. ויספרו לו ויאמרו, באנו אל הארץ אשר שלחתנו, וגם זבת חלב ודבש היא, וזה פריה. אפס, כי אז העם היושב בארץ, והערים בצורות גדולות מאוד, וגם ילידי הענק ראינו שם. עמלק יושב בארץ הנגב, והחיתי והיבוסי והאמורי יושב בהר, והכנעני יושב על הים ועל יד הירדן. ויעש כלב את העם אל משה ויאמר, עלו נעלה וירשנו אותה כי יכול נוכל לה. ואנשים אשר עלו עמו אמרו, לא נוכל לעלות אל העם כי חזק הוא ממנו. ויוציאו דיבת הארץ אשר תרו אותה אל בני ישראל לאמור, הארץ אשר עברנו בה לתור אותה, ארץ אוכלת יושביה היא, וכל העם אשר ראינו בתוכה, אנשי מידות, ושם ראינו את הנפילים בני הענק מן הנפילים, ונהי בעינינו כחגבים, וכן היינו בעיניהם. They went straight to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the wilderness of Paran, and they made their report to them and to the whole community as they showed them the fruit of the land. This is what they told Moses. We came to the land you sent us to. It does indeed flow with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. However, the people who inhabit the country are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, we saw that the Anakites there, Amalekites dwell in the Negev region, Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites inhabit the hill country, and Canaanites dwelled by the sea and along the Jordan. Caleb hushed the people before Moses and said, "Let us by all means go up, and we shall gain possession of it, for we shall surely overcome it." But the men who had gone up with Caleb said, "We cannot attack that people, for it is stronger than we." Thus they spread bad rumors among the Israelites about the land they had scouted, saying, "The country that we traverse and scouted is one that devours its settlers. All the people that we saw in it are men of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. The giants are part of the Nephilim, and we looked like grasshopper to ourselves, and so we must have looked to them." So they come, and it seems that they bring the report that they're supposed to. They're saying the fruits is great, it's flowing with milk and honey, whatever that exactly means. And as for the cities, because actually Moses told them, you have to bring a report about the fruit of the land and also about the cities. And Moses actually instructs them, are they fortified or not? And they say, yes, they are fortified, and the people are extremely powerful. They are giants. We looked at them and we felt like grasshoppers, and we must have looked like them as grasshoppers. So Rashi brings this beautiful midrash, and he says they drew the wrong conclusion. And he says the following. I think it's a great lesson that comes not just from the Torah, but also from the entire Bible. I think it's one of the narratives and agendas of the Bible to us till today. He says the following. They looked at the cities, and the cities, they said, reported, are fortified. And that's true. And we know that it's true because in the book of Joshua, they're going to go to conquer Jericho, and it has walls that are part of fortifying Jericho. So we know that the cities are fortified. And now comes the wrong part. Rashi says they looked at how fortified the cities are, and they came to the conclusion that the people must be very powerful. But on that they were wrong. And Rashi says the following, based on a midrash, on a book of Numbers. He says, if a city is fortified, that means that the people are actually not powerful, because they wouldn't be so afraid to put so much money in fortifying the cities. And this is a theme that we see all over the Bible, especially in the prophets. Jeremiah says it time and again. If you want to be powerful and strong, invest in the people. If you're investing in building fortresses and huge buildings and in all those things that make you feel secure, that actually makes you powerless, because Smart people will realize that you're afraid and that you're hiding beyond walls. The prophets always tell us, if your society is strong, if you invest on making sure that there are no poor people and no hunger in the land, then you will be strong. If you invest in, well, they don't use the metaphor of airplanes and tanks, they talk about fortified city, but actually that might be one of the most courageous and revolutionary narratives of the Bible, that security comes to a society actually from the strength of the society and not from the strength of the fortress and the army that they built. Let's say the blessing after reading from the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe, b'yad Moshe. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe, b'yad Moshe. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael.
We rise as we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. We read together. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך
We turn to page 287. We read together. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat we remember especially John A. DeAngelo, Shirley Tanchester-Rees, Jonas Baker, Archie Landy, Sheila Phillips, Martin Zukov, Jake Ruby, Esther Winkler, Lester Shakin, Dan C. Bick, Etta C. Rad, Marie Fleischaker, Jay Kobe, Irma Bensinger, Hilda Blumenson, Gertrude Katz, Ray Webman, Max Oppenheimer, Rita Bugorski, Joanne Meyer-Wool, Betty Shatramp, Nancy Berlow, Alice Morgulen, Irving J. Carl, Jadine Caster, Henry Louie, Mina Kobe, Alan Ballou, Edward Platoff, Lisette Rosen, James Robert Dworin, Gary Hacker, Paul Baker, Stuart Yesman, Michael Lerner, Lawrence Falk, and in recent days, Laura Kobe. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is עושה שלום.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we be guided on the paths of shalom, of wellness and wholeness and peace, and that we will be protected from all harm and evil on our way. Bless the work of our hands and grant us grace loving kindness and compassion in your eyes, in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us with a Shabbat of Shalom. Shalom to our bodies, to our minds, to our souls. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please take from the treats that are outside, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.